Hey everyone, hope you're having an amazing day. It's Code Karen. Welcome to r/Am I the A-hole, where we have 4 incredible stories. If you're new to this channel, a sub would be great. Let's jump to the stories. Our first story is, am I the a-hole for catfishing my underage sister on Tinder and humiliating her in order to teach her a lesson? Last week, I was using my sister Ashley's phone because mine was dead, and I needed to call a friend to confirm plans. Dialing my friend's number, I saw a Tinder notification of some dude messaging her. Immediately, I asked why she's on Tinder. She's 17, and she grabbed her phone back and said, "None of your business." I decided that I wanted to have a little fun with this. I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she's just swiping for fun? So I didn't want to go straight to ratting her out to our parents. To test if she was just using for fun, I decided I was going to make a Tinder profile of someone else and message her and see if she responds. I asked a good friend from back in college, who happens to be a male model, Kevin, if he'd mind if I used his pictures and explained the situation. He thought it would be hilarious and told me to go for it. I created the account, set my age to 22, set my swipe radius to a mile, and quickly found my sister's account. Her age was set to 19. Lie, she's still in high school, so I was definitely more suspicious of her now. I super liked, and less than an hour later, she matched and messaged me. I decided to set up a date to a fancy restaurant downtown for Sunday afternoon, and told her we could head to my place afterwards. She was completely receptive and said she'd meet me there. She told her parents she was hanging out with one of her track friends and spending the night at her place. After she left, I told our parents everything and showed them all of the messages. They were really mad, and I suggested we all go to the restaurant. My dad and I just went instead and saw her sitting at a table alone, all dolled up waiting for Jim. My dad went up to her and said, "Jim's not coming," and she screamed and asked what we were doing there. I told her that there was no Jim, and it was stupid of her to be trying to meet grown men on Tinder at her age. My dad harped on that and lectured her on lying and meeting strange men on the internet and being so willing to go back to a stranger's place. We were a bit loud, so people were starting to look at us, and my sister eventually bursted into tears and ran out. I told my friends in a group chat the situation, and they all agreed it was hysterical, except 2 of my female friends who said I was really a jerk and cruel to her. My other friends defended me and said she needed to be taught a lesson. Wondering who's right and if I went too far? Edit. Yes, when I asked her on Tinder if she wants to go to my place afterwards, it was heavily implied that she would have had sex with Jim. That's why I went to the extent that I did. Good sister or bad sister? You decide. Our second story is, am I the a-hole for exposing the real reason my sister and her boyfriend broke up? Throwaway, and I will be keeping this as anonymous as I can. Every name will be fake. My sister, Cass, 25 female, and her boyfriend of 3 years, John, 24 male, broke up last week. I'm good friends with John, and we chat in a Discord server often. I assumed it was a mutual breakup, and so I asked John if he was doing okay. He then asked me if I knew the reason they broke up. I said no, and he explained that it was because he was bisexual. He even showed me screenshots where it showed how homophobic my sister is. I was shocked and apologized to him. The next day, I was scrolling through Facebook and noticed my sister had made a post about the breakup. Turns out she is claiming that he cheated on her. She must have blocked him so he could not see what she wrote on her page. With John's permission, I posted all the screenshots on my Facebook page. It caused my parents to call me and tell me I have to take the post down as my sister had over 30 people unfriend her. I've also had messages from my sister that were not so nice. My mom has told me that I'm now ruining my sister's life. Am I the a-hole for putting myself in this situation? Should I have just minded my own business? Our third story is, am I the a-hole for rejecting the role of cool aunt because it was really more like unpaid babysitting? My sister and I have always been very different. Growing up, she was your stereotypical nerdy/geeky girl, very into sci-fi, fantasy, video games, etc. She bonded a lot with my parents over it, because they are the same. I always felt kind of different from the others because I'm not very geeky, and while I did my best to fit in, Star Wars movies, Harry Potter, etc., I took my first opportunity to leave the area for school. I went to FIT and got a degree in fashion design. I always loved making my own clothes. To frame it another way, I made my prom dress from my own pattern, and my family smiled politely. My sister threw together a Harry Potter costume, and the picture is hanging on the walls. Well, Sis had kids a while back. I sent polite gifts, including a quilt to be handed down. Sis received them warmly, but I found out she doesn't use the quilt because the room is Harry Potter themed. Due to COVID, I ended up moving back closer to home into a condo I had been renting out. Tenants were not evicted or anything. Once Sis found out, she got really excited and started making all kinds of plans. I was thrilled because I thought she wanted to spend more time with me. Except the plans were like, I take the kids to the zoo, I take them to the park, I take them for ice cream, the aquarium, etc. So Sis can have some time to herself and relax, play video games, etc. I inquired when she and I would spend time together, and she actually said, it's not like we have anything in common we can do together. I was really hurt by this, and declined her request for me to basically babysit her kids. She asked me why, and didn't I want to be the cool aunt? And this is where I think I'm the a-hole. I said, I don't know. It's not like I have anything in common with your kids that we can do together. Sounds like you want a free babysitter. She was shocked and went stomping to mom and dad, who immediately took her side and told me that I should be thankful to spend time with her kids. I said, why? It's not like anyone in the family has ever made it a point to spend time with me doing something I enjoy. She told me that if I'd try harder to be more like the rest of them, instead of chasing popularity and doing my nails, maybe I would have more in common with them. I'm lost now, because on the one hand, I don't think I was wrong to decline being a free babysitter for my sister. But maybe my mom is right, and I've been a crappy member of the family because I couldn't just get into Star Wars and all that. Edit. I just wanted to chime in and say that Star Wars and Harry Potter aren't the only geeky/nerdy things they like. They were just the things that popped into my head. I remember back when we were in high school, my sister laughed in my face because I didn't enjoy the Sabriel books, and she told me they were too advanced for me to understand. She found me reading the California Diaries, offshoot of Babysitter's Club books, and laughed in my face again because they were dumb books for vapid little girls. Am I the a-hole for seeing this for what it is, being used as an unpaid babysitter? Or should we all stop judging one another and start getting along? Our fourth story is, am I the a-hole for asking my husband to check on me while playing video games? My husband is an avid computer gamer, mostly WAW type games. Approximately 5 nights of the week, he'll play games online from the time that our son goes to bed at 8 or 8:30 to about 12:30, so at least 4 continuous hours. That in itself is not at all an issue for our relationship. He spends plenty of time with me and our son, and I have my own hobbies that he isn't interested in, that I engage in when he's online. A few nights ago, I was doing laundry while he was playing online, and I stepped on a toy that my son had left on the basement stairs. I fell pretty hard and dropped the basket. Luckily, because of the way my weight was shifted, I fell backward rather than forwards, resulting in a bruise on my butt, but I was otherwise fine. The laundry basket clattered down the stairs, ricocheted off some basement furniture, shot laundry everywhere. It was a huge racket. It woke up my son. My husband, who had his headphones on, heard literally nothing. It dawned on me that if something really bad happened to me, my husband wouldn't know about it for potentially 4 hours. Like, what if I broke my leg falling down the stairs? So I asked if he would be willing, for my peace of mind, to just pop out of his office at the midpoint each night just to check on me. Like, literally, just say hi and go back to gaming. He thinks this is a huge overreaction and a waste of time. I know for a fact that he isn't actively playing the entire time, and he sometimes takes breaks to go to the bathroom or get a snack or whatever. So how is this different? Am I the a-hole for insisting that my husband check on me because I am paranoid, or is my laundry mishap a one-off and I should just chill out? Hey Code Karen community, should her husband have to check on her just because, or is she taking this request just a bit too far? Has this ever happened to you? Let us know in the comments section.